Talking slick in the city like they Billy Crystal. Couldn't afford the Applebee's, we had to eat the crystals. And the Mickey D's, and the Burger King. I'm feeling blessed now, just had a mini-me. And I know right now they ain't feeling me. And I know right now they ain't hearing me. And I won't ever stop, I got that energy. They throwing stones up.
MLU the show. For men like you. What going on, MLU?
Men like
back at them again.
You was singing that joint, bro.
Hey, bro, I feel like I'm starting to get a little bit more comfortable, bro. I've been motivated by your music, dog.
Word.
hey, that kitchen table freestyle was crazy, dog. I had to, like, you ever listen to something, then had to listen to it twice, and like,
yeah,
like, this my partner? Like, nah, let me see. He got a ghostwriter or something? Nah,
stop that, bro. Stop that,
That boy packing heat.
Stop
I
it.
said, doggone, what's up, MLU, man?
Stop it.
Man, we so glad to be back, man, for another episode. Coming to y'all, man, just bringing y'all all the facts, man, all the good times, man. What's going on, brother?
Man? Men talk for men. What's up, bro?
What's going on, brother? Man, ain't nothing to it, man. How was your week?
It was straight, you know. I was just working, back in the office, dropping these, you know, dropping the music, trying to stay consistent, and making beats.
Man, talk your talk, dog. Man, tell them people where they can get the music at and all. What's out, bro?
Man, this man gonna force me to do this, man. Music is out everywhere, man. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Tidal.
Bro, how they supposed to look that up, bro? How we supposed to know?
You just type in my name, Wontae, WONTAE, and bada bing, bada boom.
Man, this cat ain't doing it just. Hey, bro, man, y'all go out there, man, and get on my boy music, man. He got babies to take care of, dog. Go ahead, blow that joint up. And while you there, come back to the podcast, because I got babies to take care of, too. You know what I'm saying, bro? Man, speaking of babies to take care of, let's talk about nepotism.
Hey, real quick, turn your volume down on your mic.
On my mic?
Yeah, that door kind of loud.
Is that better?
Man. Say A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
Let's just rock with it. I'll tell you again if it gets too loud. I'll fix it.
Maybe I'm too far up on the joint. See, MLU, this real time, dog. Y'all getting IT, y'all getting all that. But yeah, bro, let's talk about nepotism, bro.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about it, bro.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Everybody already know who we talking about. Bronny James and LeBron. And I'm gonna be honest with you. All y'all cats out here with all that hating, man, go sit down somewhere, bro. If I'm a billionaire at my craft and my son wants to do my craft, man, you think I ain't finna put my guy on? Come on, bro. Like, it's crazy to hear some of the things that people saying. Like, all right, yeah, they told the man, they may have told teams, hey, don't draft Bronny. Mm-hmm. But the truth of the matter is, if the Lakers weren't gonna draft Bronny, he was probably gonna go undrafted.
And that should have been his career to figure out.
Feel that. If your son, bro, if your oldest son, bro, want to get into podcasting, and by the time your son want to get into podcasting, you know what I'm saying? By the time your son want to get into podcasting, we gonna be pretty well off. We already well off, but we're gonna be even more well off. Mm-hmm. If he come to you and say, man, that I want to get into podcast, woo, this is that and the third, what are you gonna do as a father who has a popular podcast?
Well, I don't think. See, this is the thing. I'm gonna help him start his podcast, bro. But why would I bring him on my podcast? My podcast is our podcast. He might want to do something totally different, and you know. But if he said that I want to do a podcast similar to you and Uncle Jason, I'd be like, all right. Do you have a buddy a trusted buddy or something? You know, whatever. We'll talk about it. You know, help set up. Look, I'm not mad at LeBron. My whole thing with LeBron is, and the more I think about it, it's just like, LeBron, you had so much criticism in your career, And I feel like you
Mm-hmm.
directly passing that criticism to Bronny. And Bronny
He,
doesn't deserve that. Like,
but the thing about it, bro,
hold on,
as
man, let me
soon as
fit it, bro.
go
Let me
ahead,
fit
bro,
it, bro.
go ahead, bro.
Bronny doesn't deserve that. No, I do not disagree with LeBron James getting his son on a team with him. I will
Mm-hmm.
say this: we don't know if Bronny actually wanted that. It's presented to us that way because LeBron James has said that numerous times out of his career, during his career, that he wanted to play with his son. We don't know
Mm-hmm.
if Bronny wanted that. Maybe he did, maybe he don't. Um, but also my only gripe is just like you could have still did the same thing, but way more low key. I think for me, the whole Rich Paul calling teams telling them don't draft Bronny if y'all draft him he gonna go overseas. I think that was lame. I think that was weak. Like that information should have been held close to the chest so you don't take this man career out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Making him seem like even though he is a child of a billionaire basketball player, but just making it seem like it was just so given to him. And I think that's what I have the most problem with. I don't have a problem with LeBron James getting his son on the team with him. That's dope. I would do the same thing, but I would definitely try to protect my son from. Think about LeBron James. The man been criticized his whole career. Everything he
Mm-hmm.
did. Oh, he went to Miami. He had to form a super team to win the championship. Oh, he went back to Cleveland, won them super team, but still had to get all these pieces. Kyrie Irving got him this, and LeBron James will never be better than Michael Jordan. And blah 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 blah. And then you go and get Bronny into this situation, and now it's like you the only second round pick 55 getting paid $4 million. No other second round player has made that much money in a on a rookie contract. So it's a lot of things that you just kind of like you just it's gonna be a byproduct of that happening. Like people really gonna come at Bronny that they not gonna be like, oh, they gonna be like, oh, you think that because your daddy LeBron James and you got basically spoon fed to the Lakers that and I just think it's just gonna cause a lot of problems, like mentally, emotionally for Bronny.
Mm-hmm.
But I do not disagree at all with LeBron James getting his son on the team with him. I just disagree with the whole Rich Paul calling that information being leaked. That should have whoever leaked that, you lame, bro. Got that
Man, I'm
man
gonna
out
put.
here looking like a guppy. Like he can't see. This the thing. I My last point about this. I'm gonna let you go. I think LeBron James could have still played basketball and it played with Bronny. He was a free agent or whatever. He could decline his option, some whatever the technical term is. Bronny could have got picked up by any team, and LeBron James could at least not could have. I'm really confident in this. He could have went to whatever team that was and played with them for a year and played with his son. That's all I'm saying.
So I'm gonna say this, bro. And I don't necessarily disagree with what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, information got leaked. This is that and the third. But anybody, bro, who hoop, not I ain't gonna say who, but anybody, bro, who watched the NBA, bro, knew this was gonna happen. They knew it was gonna happen. Like anybody, like folks say what they want to say, bro.
I ain't think it was gonna happen.
Man,
I didn't think
as
I didn't think it
soon
was gonna go down like this.
as soon as Bronny declared for the I mean not for the WNBA, but the
Man, that's
NBA,
crazy.
bro, right? For the NBA, bro, I was like, oh, okay, he gonna go play with his dad. Whatever they gonna do, they gonna figure out a way to get that man to play with his dad wherever he go. But why would I leave the most historic franchise? I know they gonna pay me whatever I want, and then I can get my son,
You
bro.
don't, but
See, I think what bothered me, bro, is that when stuff like this happen in corporate America, don't nobody say nothing. Like Walmart is owned, I think by it might be the grandkids now of Sam Walton. It might be the great grandkids. But do you think at any time, bro, they thought about selling that joint like to somebody else? No, they
maybe,
didn't think about doing that.
maybe.
Maybe, but they didn't do it. They could have maybe is maybe. They didn't they didn't do it. So now when it comes to this cat who got enough pull and who has earned the right, like LeBron, it could have been like bro, when you look at LeBron James, dog, dude has. I don't even think people remember how big of a thing it was when this cat first got like drafted. Like he has exceeded, bro, expectation. Like and I'm be honest with you, there's a lot of old heads on that probably listen to our podcast who are probably big Jordan fans. I'm telling you right now, bro. The last thing y'all gotta hang up on with LeBron is the fact that man might retire with possibly another ring, with possibly 5 rings. That's the only.
It ain't happening. Not with the Lakers.
Well, I feel that,
Not
but even then, if you run this cat resume, LeBron, I don't believe in the greatest of all time, but if there was a greatest of all time, bro, you gonna have to surely convince me that this cat ain't it. And this dude has earned that right, bro. This dude done went to every place he done went to. Think about this. Every spot that he done went to, bro, he has won a championship. Cleveland. He has the greatest comeback in NBA history, dog. Especially in the finals. Nobody has done it, being down 3-1 and to win 3 straight games in the finals, bro. This man that went to Miami and to say, and then this cat that made all these good investments, he didn't left all this positive impact. You ain't never heard no scandalous stuff going on with LeBron or anything else like that. And now this cat's son want to play ball, and that's all he want to do is hoop. He want to hoop like his dad, and so now he got the ability to get his son on the roster. Man, come on, man, let that man hoop. Now I will say this. That's
the whole point. Bro. The whole point is just how it went about. Like nobody's discrediting LeBron. Like we know LeBron is great. I love LeBron James, but yeah. I mean, it's like for real. Like bro, y'all could have did that a little better because now. And I mean, it's a target on his back. That's a target on. It's an unwanted target. Like it didn't have to be. It was already gonna be one, but it didn't have to be this big. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got guys.
Hold on, bro. I gotta stand up. This chair hurting my butt.
Ooh. That boy uncomfortable.
Everything, my foot that fell asleep.
You sitting in a different spot, ain't it?
Man, yeah, bro. Man, this little chair. Man, let me tell y'all something, MLU. Cats that got a little bit more potatoes in your bin. Uh-oh. Let me see here. See how I want to organize this. This all real time. See how I want to do this. I might have to adjust a little bit, brother. Let's see here.
What other spot is?
And the other spot next door. And this chair. It might be it. There we go. Oh, man. Shoot. I'm talking about, bro. I mean, I'm talking about I'm suffering through MLU, bro. Like, here's the thing, bro. And it's going super off the beaten path. When you got a few more potatoes in your bin.
Stay on the beaten path, man. Get back.
Bro, you can't be sitting in just any old seat. Like, my leg don't even feel like it's here no more.
That boy can't do no spin class.
Nah, dog. I'm gonna be hurting bad if I try to do that.
Put your mic down, son. Blocking your face. All right.
There you go. The people need that. But yeah, bro. If I don't see no issue with it. The only issue I see with it, and this was gonna happen regardless, bro. Whether Bronny was on the Lakers, whether he was on the Spurs, whether he was on the Charlotte Hornets, there was always gonna be a target on his back. And I think Bronny understands that because it's like, bro,
it was gonna be a target, you right? But now it's an unwanted. It's a bigger target now.
Huge, because now you on the court, and now you gonna be going against people like
who actually had a college career.
Yeah, or who actually went undrafted, and you got their spot. And now that's all well and good. You just got to prove that you're supposed to be there, which I don't think Bronny has an issue with that. But man, at least he ain't got to go up against Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, he ain't got to go against Kawhi Leonard because he gonna retire.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Kawhi, bro. I
don't
know what's up with Kawhi, bro.
I told my buddies, my other friends, I said, I think either Kawhi is maybe he's autistic a little bit, or
Mm.
maybe he's like super introverted. Like we know he's introverted, but like you drop off, he just doesn't seem to care about basketball anymore.
Yeah, I don't think Kawhi likes basketball anymore. I
Yeah,
think Kawhi would be just as happy going to the local Y and just playing 21. I think it's the fame too. I think it's the fame and expectation. And Kawhi is like, man, bro, man, I got 2 rings. I think he got a defensive player of the year.
got 3
Like,
rings,
man,
don't
nah, he only got
he?
2.
He only got 2.
Yeah, he got one. The one in 14 where he beat LeBron, and then the one in
Toronto.
Toronto. And
Yeah,
it's
I think
like,
he was
man,
done after the Toronto one. He ain't been the
yeah,
same since.
he just kept hooping.
Excuse me.
It's almost like we was talking about before the pod. Whole lot of exclusive content on the way. Like we were talking about before the pod. It's like sometimes, bro, we be staying in stuff longer than we supposed to. And Kawhi just in that thing. He like, man, all right, where can I go get a couple bags? And then I'm gonna get up out of here. Cause I mean,
But
honestly,
he ain't
truly,
even
bro.
playing though. That's the thing. He just be like missing games, and like to play for the USA in the Olympics is great. That's a big that's a
Yeah.
big thing, bro. Literally just decided not to do it.
He said, man, I'm going back home. But
Yeah,
that's
we gotta
how,
get Kawhi up out of here, bro.
how many people got confidence like Kawhi though to be like, man, nah, I ain't gonna do that. Like
That's why I'm saying what I'm
Kawhi ain't
saying.
no people pleaser.
Something is wrong with Kawhi. Something is
I
wrong with
don't.
him.
I think Kawhi
He the
just
only superstar that NBA superstar that acts like that. Like Kawhi could really be the top 5 player. He at one point he was a top 5 player in the league,
yeah.
and he don't have no reason to not to be top 5 player in the league. Still,
But I
the
also,
man can get a bucket, mid range monster. He gonna clamp down on defense.
but I mean, I think we might have crowned Kawhi a little too early
I
too.
ain't crown nobody. That's the regular.
I think we was talking. It was one point in time, man. They was saying, "Oh man, Kawhi gonna be the face of the league." It's like, bro,
He bro. What's
man,
crazy? The potential
after
is there,
Toronto,
bro.
bro, the
The
potential is
potential is
there.
there, bro.
But man, if I gotta take 2 cats, I think Paul George is a better Kawhi. And I'm
No,
taking Paul George. Man, think about what Paul George. Paul George really ain't got no. He really ain't got no.
Paul George can hoop.
He ain't got no weakness.
He can
Paul
hoop.
George can guard the one through the 3,
He
maybe the
can't hit the
4.
mid. He can't hit the mid range like Kawhi.
Man, what? Paul
Can't hit-
George can't hit the mid range. Man,
Not like
stop that.
Kawhi, bro. Come on,
Man, bro. But
it don't matter.
if I'm taking an overall game, bro, 3-ball handle,
For sure,
get to
I'm
the
taking
bucket.
PG. I'm taking PG.
I'm taking PG. I'm taking PG over a lot of cats. Be honest with you, a healthy PG.
Yeah,
You know, shout out. I think Lit Bro like a big PG fan.
he is.
Like when I think of PG, bro, like
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the league, and I'm thinking 1-on-1. Who gonna
You just gotta get him to be still, man.
who?
I get Kawhi to get on a team. Not Kawhi. Get PG to be on a team, bro. Like
Man, they did old PG dirty though.
Who?
They should have the Clippers,
Pacers?
bro. The Clippers. I'm talking about the Clippers. They should have gave that man. I know for a fact PG didn't play more game than Kawhi. And you mean to tell me?
I don't think Paul George wanted to be there.
Nah. Did you look at his interview?
His podcast?
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't watch it.
He was talking about that. But anyway, I think Philly gonna be like they if,
straight, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, if the Jerry Jones or the NBA don't get right, man, we gonna be in some trouble. But that's neither here nor there, dog.
I think he knows what he's doing, bro.
I feel you.
You just gotta trust him. When I think about it and I read up on what they say behind the scenes, I'm like, all right, bro. But at one point, you're gonna have to play that.
You're gonna have to get a superstar.
Play that ace. You got to play that ace, bro.
And if y'all don't know who we talking about Pat Riley in the Miami Heat. We long time fans before people start hating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we came in this thing. We came in this thing with D Wade when he got drafted, and I think that's what Pat trying to find another D Wade in the draft, and it's like, bro, you could have had Dame,
you got him,
and Mitchell.
He got him. It's Bam. See, Pat,
I'm feel you.
their claim is we ain't been healthy enough to see what we really look like.
Man, I ain't gonna even say the name. Who ain't been hit? And if he stopped getting point guards, man, I ain't gonna even go there,
let's just go to the next
snap.
Let's just go to the next topic, bro.
Bro.
So man, how you feel about Jonathan Majors and Megan? I about to say Megan.
Hey, bro, I'm
Megan Good situation.
Watch out, boy. Watch out, boy. Man, so when I think about that, first of all, I think somebody said in the comment, man, it's Michael Ealy, bro. Like it's Michael Ealy. You know what I'm saying? If it, you know what I'm saying?
Man, forget all that. You ain't finna pick my girl up in front of me like that, bro. You shit, boy. Ain't no way.
You ready to fight? I ain't gonna lie to you.
I don't care how good of friends y'all are. Man, you pick my girl up in front of me, bro. Man,
yeah, bro. And I'm talking about he darn did everything but twirl her around. And I'm like, bro, ain't nothing about that godly, bro.
Hey, bro, the Majors over there.
He couldn't, man. My guy
put that cell phone.
My boy couldn't find his shirt.
My boy said,
what that man say? I'm just gonna tuck mine in. He couldn't. He was a little distraught, but also too, bro. It's like, nah. Of course, social media always do stuff. Like we didn't see
especially black social media, boy.
He probably dapped my guy up. And
he did. They dapped right before that.
And that's what I'm saying. Like he probably said, "What's up, boss?
Still,
I love what you do." Because we talk now. If we talking about actors, bro,
still ain't.
Even in the small sample size that Jonathan Majors then gave us, bro.
Small, ain't no small sample size.
It's been a small. It ain't been much.
Major movies, maybe major, but he been acting on some stuff.
Like he did Lovecraft Country, which was top notch. He did Harder They Fall. He did what was that movie about Jesse? Aviator? No, it's not Aviator. It's
Red.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
The Red Tuskegee dudes.
Nah, he wasn't in Red Tears.
I know what you're talking about.
It was a movie that just came out a couple years ago. He was in that.
Navigator, ain't it?
No, I don't think so.
Anyway, I
fact check.
Mm-hmm.
But he had that, and of course he had Kane the Conqueror. He had
bro, he's finna be he's been sick, bro.
Like I ain't on that. That's something we need to talk about, bro. It's like
he's finna be sick,
bro. Dude, and the thing about it, when I used to watch cat movies, I'd be like, dang, bro, dude, like he legit. It's like it's not like man, I believe him. You know, R.P. Chadwick Boseman, man, bro. If them cats would have ever gotten a movie together, dog. Like picture Black Panther, but Kane come to town, bro. I'm talking about big fades.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about
and great
exploitation phase. Man, what?
Great acting, bro.
Bro, it was gonna be dope, man.
I feel bad for Jonathan Majors, man. I don't know.
I do too.
I don't know if he hit that girl or not. I don't know that whole situation, but man, that just goes to show you, bro. You gotta be what glitter ain't gold, bro. Because you was on the ascension to like mega superstardom because you signed a contract to be with one of the biggest companies in the world, Disney, to play one of the biggest villains in Marvel. And you was finna be signed for a couple movies, bro.
Yeah.
And to see it all get, especially when it came
taken
out,
away,
and then they fired bro right there. They didn't give him no chance. They were like, "You out as Kane the Conqueror." I'm like, bro, I was sick because I just knew he was finna turn up.
But you know too, if you seen the last couple movies that Marvel done put out, them joints been kind of lackluster. I'm gonna be honest with you. Them joints been kind of like. Ever since Thor and Love and Thunder, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
That don't trade too.
Man, that I done heard bad reviews about Miss Marvel. Man, bro.
Miss Marvel was straight. The show.
No. We talking about the movie, The Marvels. My bad.
Oh, The Marvels. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. Then they came
you
out.
gotta watch it. See for yourself. It really not. It's not that. It's not as bad as people say about Madam Web.
Man, bro, I watched that joint.
I gotta watch it, bro. I gotta watch it.
That joint is doo-doo juice. That joint is hot garbage.
I gotta
when I
watch it.
say, bro, and it don't even follow the comic book, bro.
I
Like
gotta watch it.
nothing about it. Like, man, watch that joint. Like when you like halfway sleep, because if you got trouble sleeping, you gonna go to sleep then. But yeah, man, the whole Jonathan Major thing, yeah, no, don't pick up my old lady, though.
Yeah, don't pick up
Leave
my
my old
lady.
lady on the ground. Matter of
He,
fact, that my old lady up.
yeah, fist bump. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. Matter of fact,
Get out of here.
church hug her. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I
About
don't
here.
want you to touch her for real. Fist bump, get up out of here. Michael Ealy come in with that light skin, blue eyes stuff.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
friend.
Hey, I'm talking about he picked her. It was almost like Beauty and the Beast, like, you know
I
what I'm
know.
saying?
You got this
I'm trying
man.
to tell
You
you.
got
I
this
don't
man
think.
right back in the headlines.
And then,
Jonathan
man,
Majors.
and you know, black folk, bro. Black folk, somebody edited that video, bro, and did all type of crazy stuff. It's too many creative black folk out here. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. It's just the right amount. Anyway.
Man, so let's just pivot to the next segment. So MLU, we gonna start finding some Reddit. I'm just getting used to using Reddit, being an engineering student, because there's a lot of people use Reddit for a lot, like especially school stuff. But I come to realize that there are a lot of people out here asking for advice about certain things. So, being that our podcast is catered towards men, as as husbands and fathers, and just trying to be better, we're gonna start doing some. We say you can say review, or we're gonna say give advice. You can say that, but we're gonna read one. We're gonna start with one this episode. We're gonna read one post from a Reddit user, and this is Reddit user Defiant Review 1353. So Defiant Review 1353. We're gonna give you the best advice to the post you posted 8 hours ago. And we hope that it helps you. So I'm gonna read it. I'm stuck is the title. I feel stuck and I don't know what else to do. My wife and I just don't get along. We bicker every day. It's like our personalities just don't click. We have 2 kids, and at this point, it feels like that's the only thing keeping us from divorce. We both work full time, but still are financially struggling, and that's only adding to our issues. It's to the point where I question if I'm staying only for the children, and because of the financial hardship we are already in. I don't know what else to do. And am I staying only? He asks a question um, at the end of it and says, "Am I staying only for the children and the expenses of divorce?" So Defiant Review 1353. We're gonna answer your question. We're gonna give you the best advice that we know as married men in having those situations inside of marriage. What'd you say, bro?
Well, first of all, you have to y'all both have to sit down and make a choice about what y'all want to do, right? Um, you both have to sit down and say to yourselves, all right, what's the next step? Like, what are we willing to do? And when you have that conversation, my dad used to always tell me to get to the root of things. Y'all just didn't just wake up one day and y'all was just at each other necks. Y'all just didn't wake up one day and, you know what I'm saying, y'all didn't really fool with each other like that. And oftentimes it begins with small wedges. So if come talking from my profession, when it comes to leaking roofs, it just starts with the leak, and then eventually it spreads its way over to wider and over to the roof. But if you never take care of the leak when the leak starts, then the leak will spread. Like if you never start dealing with that wedge that's between y'all, then it's gonna drive y'all further and further apart. So first of all, you got to go back to the root and you got to say, man, when did we start? Like, what triggered it? I know you was talking about finances. Like, did one of y'all lose a job? Did the bills not start adding up? When kids come into play, you know what I'm saying? Was it not enough money to go around? Also, too, do y'all spend enough time with each other? I think anything is mendable as long as the two people want it to be fixed. And it's good at times, especially as married people and especially as folks who marry and with children, that you take some time with each other and just sit down and have those tough conversations, because it's going to benefit y'all in the long run. God has ordained marriage for his glory. Like, man didn't come up with it. So a lot of it is also going back to like your faith walk. If you have a faith walk, if you don't have a faith walk, then I would highly encourage you to seek that out, to begin in prayer, to get some people that, what I'm saying, who are who are married like long term, to help y'all out. So I would say, man, just go back to the root. Go back to the root of where it start going wrong, and have those tough conversations. And man, sometimes, man, y'all just gotta take a little vacation together. Y'all just gotta go to K&T Consulting and get y'all one of them 15 passenger vans. That's cool, that's clean, that's prompt. And man, just go somewhere, man. Speaking of K&T Consulting, K&T Consulting, K&T Transit, 15 passenger vans, cool, clean, and to get you to any destination, located right here in locally in Kosciuszko, Mississippi. K&T Transit. What about you, bro? What about you, bro? There you go.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It turned off.
No, man.
Yeah, my mic went off. Man, they tripping. But yeah, man, shout out KT Transit. Thank you so much for sponsoring us, and hope to keep working with you in the future. But um, I think first, I get it. Having myself have a job, and um, my wife also have a job, and still having some situations where we have to, kind of figure out how we gonna do some stuff. It gets hard, and then with the everyday stresses of life in general, it gets hard. So, um, uh, yeah, yeah, real soon, real soon. But I think for the best advice I could give is communicate. You gotta. I think you said it. You gotta have those tough conversations, those hard conversations. And you have to be willing to be corrected. You have to be willing to admit when you're wrong, where you messed up. You have to be willing to receive constructive criticism. That's the only way you really learn how to be better, especially inside of marriage. I hate when I do something wrong, because a lot of times I try to make sure that I do nothing wrong. I try to make sure I do it as right as I possibly can, and sometimes when I hear that I'm not hitting the mark, or I'm missing the mark a little bit. Um, I feel bad, so I hate that. But excuse me, but having those conversations helps me grow. And because the thing is, man, men are like a square, right? Real simple. Doop, doop, doop. Women are like a rhombus or something. They got all different type of compartments and things like that. And so you have to talk about
Boy said a rhombus.
I'm
Hey,
trying to a pentagon, an octagon. I don't know. But they got a lot of different they got a lot of stuff going on in their mind. And you know what's crazy?
yeah, bro, but don't discredit us like we don't. Like, I think men are a lot more nuanced than like, and
We
it,
get
and
it,
this
bro.
ain't
We get it,
it,
bro.
it ain't no like shot at, because yeah, women, like, man, being married to my wife, man, I've learned so much more about things that they have to deal with on the daily. But bro, like, we just I think for years,
Mm-mm.
decades, generations,
Nah,
Like
bro.
men have
We
been like, all right, we a box. I was like, dang, bro, that's kind of
no, bro. No,
that's some
no, no,
square
no.
stuff.
What I'm saying is, as men, we can compartmentalize things easier. We can put stuff where they need to be in our mind easier. We can focus on some things one at a time easier. We can calm ourselves down easier. What I'm saying is that women, their mind is running a million miles an hour. And I didn't start talking and asking women at my job, just like, so that I'm married, and they're saying the same thing. And I'm starting to think like, dang, this is it's almost like it's something that they deal with on a daily. We deal with wondering how we gonna take care of our family, wondering how like am I good enough because I don't make enough money? She's still gonna love me, that type of stuff, right? We deal with that
Hmm.
constantly. But their mind is also like, oh, I got to do this for the kid. I got to do this for my husband. Does my husband love me? Oh, I'm gaining weight. This and that, this and that, this and that. Oh, I got to do this for work. Blah 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 blah. Like that's what their
Hmm.
mind does. It never stops. And I think inside of a marriage, as a husband, you have to be her. You have to be your wife's sounding board. Like you have to be the thing that doesn't move. Be able to
Hmm.
help her. And so communication, use Defiant Review 1353. Communicate, had a tough conversations. Somebody even said on here like go have coffee and just talk.
Yeah, for
Sometimes you
sure.
just need to talk, man, and
Yeah,
just
you gotta get
be
away.
honest.
You gotta get away, man. From I give you a perfect example. Um, Me and my wife, when we first moved back to Mississippi, we were like not good, wasn't good at all. My wife was pregnant with my two boys. I was in master's program, like a lot of, like I was in the master's program, and we just didn't vibe with each other. And it was a season in our marriage where we really didn't like each other a whole lot. So
Yeah.
we went through, you know, that kind of rough patch of just, you know, things kind of that we held inside rising to the top. Like, you know, I learned with myself that I can be very, very cold. Like she's super witty and everything is like that. And we would clash. We would clash, going through life clashing. And I tell you, it wasn't until we decided to take a vacation where it really was her planned it for me, where we went to Birmingham. We was able to get away from our situation and kind of rekindle our love for each other. And you need that in marriage. Like you need that in marriage, them times in marriage where it's like valleys.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you really doing is you just deepening your love for each other when you can
Yeah.
come out of it.
Yeah.
Like now me and my wife, we sit and we talk about that, and we know that God allowed certain things to happen because God knew he needed certain things to come out of us. You know what I'm saying? So we can be better for each other now. So
Yeah.
man, the biggest advice I can give to you, brother, is just, man, don't the easiest thing to do, man, is to give up, man, when it's tough. We get financial stuff, bro. Like
Yeah.
we get it. We
Yeah.
get, you know what I'm saying, needing a dime and you only got a nickel. You know what I'm saying? Like, so don't think you the only one going through stuff like that. Like marriage, like everybody going
Do
through
something, bro.
something in a marriage.
You know,
And it go back again about
sidebar.
how you
Sidebar.
wanna, you know what I'm saying, what you wanna do.
Sidebar, bro.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
Bro. So I had this realization a while ago, but I didn't know it was a name for it. It's called Sunder.
Sunday. Okay.
Sunder. Sonder. And it's the realization that people around you, their lives are just as complex as yours. You know?
Eh,
So I think I'm
I
a
feel that.
like as an artist, I think I'm gonna I'm gonna do a song or I'm either structuring an album around that because that has been big for me my last year working, just talking to
Mm-hmm.
so many different teachers at my school
Mm-hmm.
and hearing like I'm looking at these people and thinking, man, they just got it together. They probably ain't got to worry about how they gonna put gas in the car, get to work, and all this type of stuff, and then realize that they, you know, parent or loved one barely hanging on to life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. People
So it's crazy.
people may look at you and think that, bro. Like we sitting on
No.
here like doing the pod and everything else like that.
Yeah.
And people may look at us and say that, bro. But I think what they say, the comparison is the thief of joy. It's
Yeah.
like, bro, we all going through something. Like we all, man, like
Mm-hmm.
figuring this thing out. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's some
Something,
days
bro.
it rain, some days it's sunshine. But at least we got a day to walk into. You know what I'm saying? So, like I
Something,
said,
bro.
my biggest thing
Define
to
Review 1353.
define review 1353. First of all, brother, that's a long name, brother.
It's
That's
ready,
like
man. You just come up with like
you
catchy
just you
names.
just you just define, brother. I'm gonna need you to define why you did all this to your name. But anyway, but yeah, brother, just man, you and your wife, y'all get something to eat, bro. Have somebody keep the kids or whatever it's like that, and y'all go talk, man. Like
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's easy to pull it over to the side of the road and go your separate way, bro.
Yeah.
But man, I'm a living testimony, man, that God can rekindle anything if you allow Him to do that.
Marriage not
So
supposed
yeah,
to be
man,
easy, man. Marriage not supposed to
yeah,
be
bro,
easy. It's like any
yeah,
other thing in your life. When you start
yeah.
doing it, you have your bumps and bruises. You have tough times. You have good times. You just have to stay prayed up. You got to
yeah.
keep pushing through. So,
And I
um,
want to say this last thing, bro. Like marriage is a reflection of God, and the enemy hates all things that look like God. You were made in God's image, and marriage is a covenant between man and woman, husband and wife, to uh and God. So you have to understand that your marriage being now a ministry, like it's gonna be attacked, because when people see you and they see you and your wife and y'all kicking it or whatever, it's like that, whoop whoop whoop, and they see y'all, that shines a good light. Because when you look at a lot of podcasts and stuff now, cats out here talking crazy about women talking crazy about cats, and that's what the enemy want.
yeah,
He want to make you believe that, man, it ain't no, it's marriages out here that don't go through nothing. Any marriage that don't go through nothing ain't a marriage at all.
yeah.
Them folk ain't
Facts,
married. So that just
factuals,
is what it is, bro. Man, go talk to your wife, dog.
facts. Yeah, man. Define Review 1353. Man, I hope uh, you
I
know,
hope you switch up that name. I need you to switch that up, dog.
your name straight, bro, for us Reddit users. But man, I hope you
Man.
it helps you, and y'all get to loving on each other again, doing what you need to do for your marriage and your kids, man. But remember this too, man. Bible real, not a fable. Saving souls from the kitchen table. So,
You better pray to God.
all right, man. So,
Speak. Oh, go ahead.
go ahead. You got it, bro.
Speaking of that, bro. So I never want to lose. Like we love coming on here. We love, talking and joking, as men, kind of creating a barbershop vibe.
Yeah,
But I never want to lose. We never want to lose the overall premise of this podcast, is to bring glory to God. And so, MLU, I don't think we ever told y'all how we came to faith. I
yeah,
don't think we've ever told y'all about our individual stories and how God basically saved both of us. Now, here's the thing: me and One Tape been friends 10 years. 10 of those years, we kind of spent like away from each other, had different lives and everything else like that. So there's a lot of things you gonna hear on this podcast today that each of us is gonna be new to each of us. Because I don't even think we've ever shared how we came to Christ and our path to Christ. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna talk about how each one of us came to Christ. I'm gonna let my co-host go first because I know he got something cooking over there.
um,
Make my prayers real.
very stupid. But
Better pray to God.
um, man, just before I get this started, bro, just shout out to God, bro. God is good.
Facts.
Uh, God is good. God is good, bro. Just sometimes you just gotta just think you just got to reflect over your life and just realize
Yeah.
that stuff that be happening, man, God put you in position for these things to happen, but it ain't you, it's him. And
Yeah.
it ain't the best, but it ain't the worst. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thankful, bro. I'm just thankful I have a creative mind. I get to create, and I get to do stuff, man. Even on top of being a father, dad, a father, husband, having a job, I can come home and I can do a podcast. I can do music. I can make a beat. I can do YouTube, man. I can still. Oh, what was that?
But
I think it was something making a loud noise over there. You hitting something, but just shout out to God, bro. Um, how I came to faith? Well, you know, a lot of people in the South, especially in the Black community, we grow up, we grow up with parents that I say take us to church, force us to go to church, force us to go to Bible study, Sunday
Vacation
school,
Bible School.
vacation Bible
It's a
school.
whole culture out here,
Crazy, bro.
bro.
I ain't never like that, though. I ain't gonna hold you,
Hey, bro.
but
Man, it's so many. And I'm gonna be quiet. I promise that it is like culturally, bro. Like for Black folks, like church is a whole like folks who grew up in church, like it's like a whole cultural thing, bro. Like
it is
it's like
experience.
a like when I think about Vacation Bible School, bro. Like, bro, I just want to sleep in, bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
I want to
Ma, I
be.
just got out of school, ma. Why I gotta go to
Yeah,
this? You know?
I love the good Lord, but I think I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to skip this school because man,
Yeah,
it's crazy, bro. But yeah,
yeah.
Vacation Bible School was a trip. We just had one
They
at our
still do
church.
that joint.
Still do that joint, but that joint ain't a week long like it used to be.
Yeah, it's changed.
These kids don't know what's real out here. Joint
They
used to
ain't
be
within the
from
trenches.
Monday to Friday,
And
6 o'clock.
multiple weeks at that. Sometimes.
Oh nah, we ain't never do multiple weeks. That
Yeah,
crazy.
I just seen one that was about 2 weeks. You know
Oh
what I'm
nah,
saying?
I ain't gonna make that one. That
Yeah.
wasn't my bad, bro.
So yeah, growing up doing that, going to all that stuff, going to church every Sunday. You be around it, you're introduced to it. You know, that God is God. You start to learn the story of Jesus and what he did, the miracles he created and did in that time. And so you just kind of always just know about it. I got baptized when I was in uh I want to say I was either a junior or a senior, and so you believing in God before this point, but you don't have like a relationship with God, right? For me, like I'm
hmm
believing in God, don't have a relationship with God, but I know I need to be baptized because that's what they say you need to do to get into heaven. We can get into that whole religion thing, but that's what growing up in the Southern Baptist Church, that's what they say. So,
hmm
um, going to church and wanting to strengthen my relationship with God, I'm like, okay, I think I'm ready to get baptized. So I get baptized. Um, I get granted this book from somebody called Rick Warren, The Purpose Driven Life, great book. And
mm
then they give me a Bible upon completing the baptism classes or something like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm learning about why we get dipped in the water. Each stage of the dip is the sacrifice, the burial, the resurrection. So learning all that stuff, but not really like I can't even really tell you that I'm a Christian. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
So, but it's like I believe in God. You know what I'm saying? So that I go to college. Going to college sometimes is about a byproduct of going to college is kind of getting away from your faith a little bit,
hmm
because there's just so much going on.
hmm
And it wasn't until I worked at Camp Ozark. Camp Ozark I would always sing praise for Camp Ozark because man, just like I said, bro, God is good. But I just I've always prayed. I've always talked to God. I always prayed. I always asked him what I wanted. Told him, you know, type of stuff. And then I go to Camp Ozark. Let me tell you, bro, God works in so many ways. There was a girl that I
Facts.
was talking to. We stopped talking, and she
Mm-hmm.
just randomly hit me up one day. She was like, "Hey, there's these people in the student union, and it's a camp. It's a Christian camp, and I just don't want to go alone. Me trying to, you know, I guess feel like, like okay, she's telling me this because she want me to go, trying to be Superman type stuff.
Buddha, Buddha, Buddha.
No, but like I go there really just because she brought it up. I didn't have any. I wasn't going there,
Yeah,
and so I
yeah,
go, but I end up meeting some incredible people. I end up seeing stuff I never thought I would see. Man, I seen kids younger than me waking up 6 o'clock, sitting on the porch of the cabins doing Bible study. They're reading their Bibles alone. They have this. We had worship during the day like 2 or 3 times, man, and at night we had worship, praise and worship for the if you had the night off, so
mm-hmm.
like you was two counselors to a cabin, and you
Mm-hmm.
rotate night offs, and my night off I would walk across the campus, man, and I would see these people at worship, and they're singing and worshiping God. I'm just like, man, I've only used to seeing it done our way, you know.
Yeah,
That's the only way I'm used to seeing it, and
mm-hmm.
so to see these people sit there just not doing what we do in our church where we worship.
Yeah. It's a
I
lit.
just
They
like
do it a little different.
it's a little different, but it's
It's a
for
little
me.
different.
It works for me. It works for
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, man, I can. It's almost like no, not taking anything away from us, but like it almost seems really authentic. Like they just in
Mm-hmm.
the moment. They not doing none, no extra stuff. They just like in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I do that. I start reading my Bible more because I'm like, man, I want to be like these people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I started reading my Bible more and that type of thing. And then I it was when I left Camp Ozark the second time. That was my first summer, and then I went back a second time. I went alone this time. The first time I went with that person, and my buddy went. We both, all three of us went.
Mm-hmm.
So had some friends there. The second time I went alone, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and I kept getting the same experience. Like, man. So after that, I just started when I came back. I started reading the Bible more and more on my own. I started from Genesis and all that type of stuff, and I just learned that. Uh, and as years went by, I learned that it's not about a religion; it's about relationship.
Yeah, that's right.
So even though I gave my life to God and that type of thing, I didn't really know what that meant. I knew you get baptized and you try to live
Mm-hmm.
like Jesus lived.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I knew that, but I didn't know that like it's about the relationship you have with Christ. So in everything that I do, everything that I say, I try to think about Christ. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not perfect,
Mm-hmm.
but Camp Ozark was the biggest stage in my life where it helped me propel to strengthen in my relationship with God, like for myself.
Right.
Because you grow up, like I said, you go to church, all this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but it
Yeah.
wasn't until Camp Ozark and I seen these people, these kids, these teenagers worshiping,
Mm-hmm.
um, reading the Bible, bro. Like I remember waking up at 6 o'clock, um, and one of the counselors on the campus, he just sitting on the cabin porch on the chair reading. I'm like, what this man doing up early? I'm on the cleaning crew at this time, so we
Mm-hmm.
have to be up early and go get stuff ready. I'm like, what this man doing? He's sitting there just reading the Bible. I'm like,
In
dang,
it. Yeah.
just reading the Bible with some
Yeah.
coffee. And so for me, I never really allowed myself to get to, I say, a super dark place. I mean, I've had dark thoughts for sure, but
Mm-hmm.
I've never had a situation because I always felt like I've been close to God.
Yeah.
Just because of the way my life had been set up, I didn't have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of outside distractions. I didn't care. I'm introverted at heart, so I didn't care for the outside stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
really care to do all the extra stuff that college kids like to do.
Yeah.
Um, so I always just stayed to myself, kind of stayed out of things. One of the things that happened a lot. I got my heart snatched out my chest a few times, thinking that this person, relationship type stuff. But other than that, man, and I couldn't let that get me down. But
Yeah.
I just turn on my music, hit the gym, and yeah, man, post camp Ozark, and now as an adult, it's about relationships. So coming to Christ, I don't know what to really say about that
Mm-hmm.
because I've been, you too, you've been in it for forever. But I would probably say after Camp Ozark is when I really started to develop my own relationship with Christ and understand that a lot of this stuff that has been told to us is just factions of religion and what that branch, like a Baptist church or a Catholic church or a Methodist church, because they all got their different beliefs and things, which it didn't make sense as I got older. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me just focus on uh getting close to God, understanding the basics and applying the basics to my
Mm-hmm.
life, and then just going from there. Because I think a lot of times that things that turn people away from Christianity or just following Christ is that I think we do a bad job of telling them like you don't. We make it seem like they got to be perfect to be accepted into this life to follow Jesus, and nobody can be perfect. Nobody can be perfect. You just have to live a
Right.
life of doing God's work, and a lot of times that's just being a good person. You know, loving people. Forgiving people. But you're not gonna be perfect, man. You ain't gonna wake up every day and be like, "Golly gee, this is a great day." Some days you gonna wake up and be like, "Man, don't talk to me, bro. I don't feel like talking to nobody, bro." But
Big fades.
that's for me, bro. I just at the Camp Ozark, those 2 years back to back, I started to
Mm-hmm.
develop my own relationship with God.
Yeah. Yeah. That's dope, bro. I think for me, man, like kind of like what you said. I grew up in church, but I got baptized real young. Like I got baptized when I was, I don't know, man, probably like 7 or 8. And around that
Yeah, like
time,
we got like, what does that even do, bro, for a
like
7, 8
around
year old?
like around that time. Now I will say this: I I did know what I was doing, but I think people have to understand that your walk with Christ is twofold, right? It's accepting Jesus Christ. It's accepting that He came and He died for your sins and that He rose.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the salvation part, right? The
Mm-hmm.
next part is the sanctification part. Salvation part is there as soon as you accept Jesus, but sanctification is going to take the rest of your life. It's the develop.
Your whole life.
It's the development of who you
Mm-hmm.
are
Mm-hmm.
because of your sin nature.
Yeah.
You're always gonna fall. You're
Right.
always gonna fall short of glory.
Yeah.
But as we strive to
Yeah.
be more like Jesus, right? As we strive to be more like Him, as we strive to walk in His statutes, to follow His example. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
always encourage anybody who first come to faith. Don't start in Genesis. Don't start here. Like go to the Gospels, read the
Yeah.
Gospels of Jesus Christ, and read about His life. Read about how He went about His thing. Read about what He did for you, and how He was so he was so focused on doing the will of God. Like He loved you that much that God, and it's a verse, and most people may not know this, for people who may not be believers or don't read John 3:16, for God so loved the world. I always take the world like out of that scripture, and I always say for God so loved Jason. You know what I mean? Because it's personal. Like again,
Mm-hmm.
like what you said, I think what happens a lot of times, and I think it has its place, but as we're children, and we coming up, like our parents are, their job is to raise us up in the reverence of God. And then as we get older, like it's like what we're doing now, we won't depart from it, right? But now
Mm-hmm.
we're learning for our own selves, studying and showing our own selves approved, about, you know what I'm saying, our own personal relationship with God. A pastor used to say all the time, for the longest time, you be praising God, you be with God on credit, like on your mom and dad's credit. You know what I'm saying? On your grandma and them credit. And now you got to be on your credit for yourself. So when I was about
Right.
8, so again, man, I come from a family that's down south, believing in Jesus type folk. You know,
Down south.
I got my daddy a deacon, been a deacon as long as I never known him. I'm talking about the 3-piece suit deacon, the one that be sitting over there
Fuck.
in the corner.
The one that
the one
pop
that,
when you sit down. Fuck.
the one that be over there in the corner witnessing the whole service. My mom was a Sunday school teacher as long as I ever known her. Like, we was ushers, you know what I'm saying, as kids. So you around it and the culture of church. And, you know what I'm saying, I thank the good Lord that I grew up underneath some pastors, man, that loved God more than they loved preaching.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That they was cats who didn't just teach you about one version of the Bible, but they taught you they was gonna go to Ruth, they was gonna go to the minor prophets, they was gonna go to Ezekiel, Malachi, they was gonna touch every inch of that Bible, because every inch of that Bible is God's word. And so you go through that, and I'll hear you alone, because it's a pretty long story. But you go through all that, and then you go to college, and you get exposed to a lot of things. You know, you get exposed to one of the biggest things is freedom. You know, nobody checking on you. Nobody
Telling you what
nobody
to do.
nobody really knowing where you at. So there's certain, my dad used to say, man, there's certain dark corners you can't get yourself out of. Like, when temptation and opportunity get together, like, you gonna lose every time. Like, you might well go ahead and repent. And so I fell into uh a lot of sexual sin as I got older, but especially when I went to Memphis, um, and just dealing with just like a whole bunch of stuff, man. Being kind of away from home, being homesick, just getting out of a relationship, man, I thought was gonna be really, really good for me, and I just started going crazy. But I remember
Start
specifically,
going crazy.
bro. Bro.
That man said going crazy.
Bro, I remember specifically, man, one night, and you know, for me, I believe this was my transformative moment with Christ. Again, I've been knowing you my whole life, but now we really finna get to know each other. You've been knowing me. Now it's time for me to get to know you. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So I remember being at my table in Memphis in my apartment. And I actually wrote a poem called 6582 Eastbrook Lane. And that's the apartment that's the address to the apartment I stayed in. And I remember being at my table and crying out to God, because I knew because I was living somewhat of a double life. Because at the same time I was teaching Sunday school classes, and that's how I learned that I kind of got the gift for teaching. But I was living such a double life that it got to the point that it was so convicting that I just cried out to God. I was like, look, man. And I was going through, financial stuff and everything else like that. And I remember God saying, Jason, it's just me and you now. Finally, it's just me and you now. You ain't got no distractions in your life. And ever since that day, I've been walking with God. And I ain't saying that, bruh, I walked with God perfectly, because I didn't. It was to a point where one time, man, I was somewhere, and yeah, I just kept falling. And I just told God, I was like, man, why don't you just, because we got to understand that God is faithful. He ain't like us. People do you wrong, you ready to cut them off. People do you dirty, you ready to not fool with them. This whole cancel culture and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember praying to God, and I said, God, I ain't never gonna get this right. Why don't you
What?
just,
Pray to God.
why don't you just, man, give up on me, man? And as clear as me and you talking, I heard God say no. And that was enough for me, man, to understand that the striving that I do is not in my own strength. But the striving that I do is because of God's strength that lives within me and His love for me. So I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to be this, that, and the third. But I also choose to stay away from things that
Right.
don't glorify God.
Right.
So people got also got to understand too. Just because God gives grace, it's because
Mm-hmm.
of God's grace. I don't want to do certain things. I that's in my desire. Like we
Mm-hmm.
all have certain desires that we should not act on
Right.
because they don't glorify God. Like I don't. I try not to. Um, I don't curse. Like I didn't got to the point where I really don't even drink like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
a lot of these things because that's also another phase of salvation where you kind of setting yourself apart. So man, when I came to Christ, it was at that table in Memphis, Tennessee, and I'll never forget that night. It was a Wednesday, and I came to Christ that day, and God just said, "It's just me and you now." And
Mm-hmm.
and ever since then, man, I've started to really kind of get into more of my relationship with God, more so than the religion of God. And
Mm-hmm.
religion got its place. You know what I'm saying? It has its place, but when it supersedes the relationship, then it's
Most
out. Then
times,
it's out.
most times it does, and that's why I don't really. Me personally, it's about relationship. I can't. You go to Baptist church, you go to Baptist church. That's fine, but you have to be strong here to know it's about. That's a whole nother topic. I don't want to get off. Uh, but it's a go ahead because I would get to spill it.
No, but that's how, man. That's how I came to Christ, man. And since that day, man, I gave up a lot. I gave up a lot of things, but man, God has blessed me with my wife, man. God has blessed me with my two boys, with what I'm saying, continual job opportunities, a reconnection of one of my good buddies and everything, man. So we say all that to say, we would love to know y'all story of how y'all came to Christ. Like, how did y'all? Was it some people just walked in the church and they was good and they went on down the road. Some people
Mm,
have very like traumatic experiences, but
yeah,
we want to know MLU, man, how y'all came to Christ.
yeah. Just put it in the comments on the YouTube video. You can email us, email you the show at gmail.com. And just let us know your story. Leave a comment in the reviews on the. Please review the podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, and YouTube. Man, just connect with us. We would love to connect with y'all because devil is busy out here, and just remember, like, God is not expecting you to be perfect, but you gotta
Mm.
work. You have to work and be willing to spread God's word and His love on this earth because it's wicked out here, man.
Yeah,
And if you
bro.
if you're not saved, um,
Reach out to it, bro.
yeah, reach out to us,
Get,
or
get, get on the call, bro. Get in your word, man. Understand that. Understand that through that and getting a good church, bro. I know a lot of people, it's this thing that with they say millennials and kind of left the church. I don't really think that's true.
it's true.
Well, I think
It's
like
true.
this. I think, man,
It's true, bro.
I think this. I think what comes with relationship with Christ also comes relationship with other folk. And I think when you find you a good church, like I never tell nobody just be out here by yourself, just doing it. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like you need to have you a good church around sound believers, around people who believe greater than you. You know what I'm saying? To take you under their wing and walk with us. And I understand. And again, a whole nother episode about church hurt. But the people did that. Jesus didn't do it.
Yeah,
So I encourage
but the
anybody
church
out
could
there.
be anywhere, man. Church could be in your house.
I
Come on now, break it down.
I ain't get into
No, come
that.
on now.
I ain't get into that. Yeah, the church can be in your house, but who often is in your house though?
You can have your own small community of people.
Yeah, you can have a house church.
Yeah,
But
but the thing
I
is, man, that's up to you. I'm not gonna ever force nobody to go to church. I will recommend you go to church. But I'm not ever gonna be like, you need to go to church.
I
It's
ain't
because it's
saying like
about.
that. I'm
I know,
high.
I know you didn't say it like that, but I'm saying like it's all about the relationship. Like you can learn so much from a church for sure, but it's about your personal relationship with God. You have to grow that um, with what you gain, the knowledge you gain. You have to grow your relationship because, and the church will help you grow it. And you just have to find a good church. You have to find a good church, and you have to pour into it if that's what you want to do. But there's some good churches out there, and churches help. Churches help a whole lot. I didn't seen this. My old boss, personal training. She was always a cool person. But I didn't really know her like relationship with Christ like that because we ain't never talk about it. But it felt like she didn't really like believe like that. I don't know if that makes sense, but as time went on, man, we friends on Facebook. I started to see her life change, and she like gave her life to Christ, and she goes to a church in Ocean Springs, and she's involved in the church, and she just career. She just that was a good church for her, and she's from like Pennsylvania, I think Philadelphia actually.
Okay, feel it.
So like to see that and to see that she found a church home, like there's good churches out here. So you have to find them, and you pour into them. Let them pour into you.
Yeah.
I know you over there. I know you over there thinking like this man.
Nah, bro. Nah, I'm saying like this, bro. And this like I think of it like this when I think about church. And again, I ain't trying to force my experience on anybody, but I do know this for a fact. When I think of when I think of the churches like I didn't came up in, like again, like I said earlier, I've been blessed to be in those because I have heard that I don't negate like the experiences that other people have had, you know what I'm saying, in churches, because there have been people in churches who have done wrong by folks. But there are also, man, I think about the lowest parts of my life when I was in church, even if like you know what I'm saying, the people, and that's why I want to say over there, like forsake not the assembly of believers. It's like, bruh, we all are going through something in this Christian walk, bro. Like, and it's tough, and you need a community of believers, bro, that you can lean on. And oftentimes, where you find that community is gonna be at a church. So I'm gonna say this to all the followers out there: do just like you do anything else. When you shop for a therapist or you're shop for a school or whatever is like that, go out there and allow God to lead you to a church. Because I believe God wants you to be in the church. I believe God provides. God is a relationship type of God. Like even in the beginning, it's not good that man be alone. Like it ain't like God didn't create us to be like, you know what I'm saying, like out here like by ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna put people in your life to pour into you. And man, more time than anything in life, we need more folks pouring into each other from a godly perspective, bro. And all these other cats doing these podcasts, I ain't gonna even go there, bro. Anyway, man, MLU the show for men like you.
Chill. Make sure y'all like, subscribe on the YouTube, man. Godspeed.
On them out. They talking slick in the city like they Billy Crystal. Couldn't afford the Applebee's, we had to eat the crystals. And the Mickey D's, and the Burger King. I'm feeling blessed now, just had a mini-me. And I know right now they ain't feeling me. And I know right now they ain't hearing me. And I won't ever stop, I got that energy. They throwing stones, I won't quit this for